Good morning, Eastern Oregon, and not Eastern Oregon.
We are just a couple of minutes away from official sunrise. It hasn't quite peaked up yet. We're getting real close.
But man, it is 7:41. The sun still hasn't. Okay. It's supposed to go faster. He's feeding. It's because I'm videoing it, so now it's throwing him off the groove. Dang it. He's so cool. Now, believe it or not, it's really hard to get a video of the day in the life of a rancher because you don't get the video a lot when you are actually working. And so I'm going to voice over this unscripted because a lot of these videos, they're just us not talking, because when you're working cows, we don't talk a ton. This is us moving a batch of cows in to get them weaned, which is separate the calves from the mama cows and the bulls from the cows. We separate them by sex, so we have heifers and steers, which are female and male. And we get them put in feedlots. We feedlot our own calves and feed them out so that we can sell them in the spring for as much money as possible. Right now we're pushing them 2 pastures away from the corral, and this is a little bottleneck going in between pastures, so we go real slow because we don't want to stress them out. These cows are our livelihood. You know, it's what makes the ranch money and what pays our paychecks. So stressed, injured, or sick calf or cow is directly affecting the bottom line of all of us that you see in this video. And so we're always very careful when we're moving cows and very cautious. We moved them into a little triangle pasture right off the corral again, and so we're trying to all get behind them and push them evenly towards the opening in the corral. It usually works pretty good. You see us all pretty even along there. Boy, that's a great shot of the mountains. And we'll just slowly work them all the way up into the pen. The bulls, that's what you see right there. Those bulls tend to get a little squirrely when you're moving them. They tend to want to be territorial when they start getting pushed for some reason. Get to bowling around with each other. But yeah, we're just going to go slow and easy into the corral, letting them take their time. Like I said, we don't want them to trample each other. We don't want them to trample any calves. We really don't want them scared. We just want them walking in. We just want to put enough pressure to make them walk in front of us. They're easier to work in the corral. We've got Kyler, Uriah, and Wyatt on that side. Ryan and I in this Kubota, and that's Kenny in the other Kubota. He's the owner. He's the boss. And we're just going to keep pushing them in. Now, I shouldn't say any, but I don't do a lot of the corral work. I let the boys do the corral work. You know, I understand that this job that I do it's a man's job, and it's a lot of tough work, and they do a better job than I do in the corral. I do have to run a gate, though, and that's what we're doing right here. We're sorting the calves from the cows. We've got Kyler on one gate right there, just out of the picture to the right. It's Uriah, he's on another one, and I've got a gate standing right here in front of me. Wyatt and Ryan are in the lane working these calves, and what they're trying to do right here is sort the girls from the boys, because they go in 2 different pens. This is a group of cows, calves, and bulls So I'll be working my gate, which is what you see right there in front of you. It is so hard to video during this because you won't hear a lot of talking. You kind of have to just keep your ears open and listen. They'll yell, heifer, steer, see my gates open right there, because the cows will work themselves out first. They're easiest to work out on their own. They want to move and come out. Now we've actually got 4 gates and 3 people. So Kyler's over there working 2 gates. He had one open, and this has to go in his other gate, so he's got to reset. So White's just holding her, and then she just goes through the gate. It's almost like a ballet that they do in the lane, and they're really good at it. Ryan stands back behind, Wyatt's in front. And they just slowly work them out at their own pace. Here's one cow. Oh, that one's got a weaner. I screwed up. We're going to have to resort. This is after resorting. When my pen is done, because videoing, I got in trouble for videoing, and that's how come the bull got in. But they're just going to keep working these calves. Ooh, that little sneaky one snuck back around his back. They'll just keep working the calves until they get the females sorted from the males and everybody's in the right pens, and then we run them through and doctor them. We give them wormer and actually vitamins and a couple of vaccines, for pneumonia and some waterborne things that are local. And so we'll run them in and catch each one of the calves and make sure they're healthy and doctored and that their ear tags are good. And we actually put new ear tags in all the steers, which is a kind of a country of origin ear tag. It tracks them, because right now all these calves are still on their moms, so all they've had is milk and hay. And now that we're separating them, we put in a ear tag tracker that'll track them clear until butcher from now on, so you know exactly where they've been, what they've eaten, what kind of medicine they've had, the whole 9 yards. It's about keeping our meat supplies American and, country of origin. They talk about it all the time. I'll tell you what, if I had to buy my beef at a grocery store, I would definitely buy American beef, because we do these things. Now this is them doctoring a calf in the chute. 2 shots. And this is nighttime. This is the end of the day. We start a lot of times before the sun comes up, and we end a lot of times after the sun goes down and after working calves all day. And this is actually a pen full of the steers. We'll go in, we'll make sure we feed them plenty of hay and make sure they have enough hay to lay on and enough hay to eat on. Because, first night away from their moms, they're kind of freaking out. They're kind of being pains in the butts and bawling and making a lot of noise. So we try and, keep them as happy as we can, even if it is after dark. Now, if I was a better videoer or had an actual video camera instead of my phone, you could see that those bales are feeding off of that Do Easy bale feeder. It actually chops it up. It chops it into these little fine pieces for them so they can digest it easier. It's easier on the calves. They process it a little bit faster, a little bit better. It's the same in our feed bunks. We chop everything that goes into the feed bunks. And quite a little pile of steers, though. That's the new tractor. That's Alice. She's a pretty cool tractor for 1983 Alice Chalmers. 200 horsepower with a farm hand. It's a cool machine. No computer to screw up, no electronics. But you can fix it and you can still get parts. It's a pretty great machine. And that'll do it, folks. We'll leave you with a parting shot of the feeder truck and what's left of the sunset. Sorry it wasn't longer. Like and subscribe and share if you want. Have a fantastic